Okay, I am your Aunt Aaliyah, and today I'm going to talk about how to clean your teeth. This is something you should be doing every day, and ideally you're going to be brushing for 2 minutes twice a day, and it goes best if you pair it with flossing your teeth and with cleaning your tongue. So let's talk about what order and how to be most effective with this. So the first thing you would do is you would floss. So flossing cleans the sides of the teeth, right? The sides that you can't get to with a brush. So when you're flossing, like we talked about earlier, is you're gonna have a little piece of floss and you're gonna go in between the tooth, wrap it in a C shape like it's hugging the tooth, and do the other side. And you don't wanna be too aggressive when you floss. So you floss every tooth, and when you're done, then you would brush. And if you're brushing with a manual toothbrush, then you use a technique where you are brushing by the gums, but you're not brushing too hard. So let me show you how that looks in a place that you can see. So instead of going at a 90-degree angle directly at the tooth, you angle it like a 45-degree angle, and you go back and forth, and that's gonna clean right along the gum line, because right where the tooth meets the gums, a lot of that bacteria is gonna accumulate. And if you think about it, we have the flat surfaces of our teeth, and if you were bacteria, you would just kind of slide off of those surfaces. You wouldn't adhere very well. So the bacteria is looking for a little groove to sit in. So that would be the areas by the gums and also the areas in between the tooth. So in between the teeth. So those are the areas you want to focus on, is down by this gum line. Okay, so the areas that you're most likely to miss or do a poor job brushing are as follows. Number one is the lower front teeth. So when you're cleaning this surface, a lot of people are cleaning it like this, where you should actually be adapting your toothbrush like this. And it's also helpful to spend a little more time in that area at the end to make sure you get a really good job cleaning this area. The reason why this area accumulates more tartar is because it's right across from the sublingual salivary gland. So right here, there's a lot of spit, and that spit has a lot of calcium, and the calcium makes the tartar accumulate more quickly and become harder. So right there is an area where most people have very heavy buildup. A way to prevent this is to spend extra time in that area in addition to your normal brushing. The other place is right up here on both sides, because also there is a salivary gland in your cheek about right there. So whenever you have extra saliva, then it can cause the mineralization of plaque. Basically, there's more there, it gets harder there, spend extra time there. So what that's gonna look like is brushing like this. And the last area that most people brush poorly is the inside of the bottom teeth, right? Because a lot of times we think we're down here by the gums, but we're really like up here, more on the ridge right there. And you want to make sure you are by the gums, because that's where all of the plaque and tartar is going to accumulate for the most part. Okay, so that was an overview. Let me show you what that looks like in real life using a toothbrush. So since I miss this area of my teeth the most, that's where I start. A lot of people just start wherever they start and they don't really think about it. So I want you, the next time you brush your teeth, to think about where you are starting so you can make sure that you brush all the surfaces. So this is a long version of how to floss, brush, and use your tongue cleaner. So, flossing. Then I would rinse it just like I rinse my toothbrush, and I put in my little container. So next up, we have the brushing portion of this. I get a little bit of toothpaste, put it on my brush, and then I brush my teeth. Now notice when I got to this area, I changed the way my toothbrush was. Instead of going, I turned it this way. And it's harder to do like that. So you want to just move your hand down closer to the bristles. Okay? So you have to imagine that I'd be doing this for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'd go back to my problem areas just to kind of make sure they got a good brush, which is here. And here. And you might have noticed that I'm not doing any scrubbing like we talked about, so none of this. Yeah, that's not how you're supposed to brush your teeth. So think about when you're brushing your teeth, about all the surfaces. So we talk about the smile surfaces, right? And the inside surfaces and the biting surfaces.